Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our International Racing League, Season 6 of the F1 Round 16 at France. I am your main commentator, Jared Fosbury, or IRL Neon. I am joined in the commentary booth with a close friend, Kevin.
Hello.
And there is Kevin for you. We are starting a little bit late today as we're waiting for one of the drivers to turn up. Hopefully he has made it in, of course. And as we always do every start of every video, we're going to go down the standings of the F1 tier. As I've got the driving signs up right now, as I'll wait for everyone to start readying up soon. Currently in the lead still is Matthew Alder with 240 points to his name. Louis though is closed a lot of points on him since he's been racing, being on a top form streak. Louis has been having a lot of wins. I think he's had 2 wins in a row now since he come back after that race he missed. He's got 204 points, so he's 36 points off Matthew, which season's now getting closer to the end, and these two look like the top guns, top fighters for the championship. Then it's Jay in third, 129 points. Mark, who retired earlier on in the season, still in fourth with 112 points. Brandon in fifth with 99 points, who had a unfortunate incident in Spa, which scored him 0 points. Can in 6th with 73 points. Sondre tying with Can with 73 points, and 1 point behind them two is Cameron Young in 8th with 72 points. Sterling in the Williams with 58 points, who's had a poor start of the season but now strong. It looks like going to be a strong finish this season, now in 9th. Diego is in 10th, the Alfa Romeo teammate of Louis, with 57 points. As that is the top 10 in the drivers, so I'm going to go down as we are about to go down this race start, it looks like, I think.
Yeah, Louis got in, so we are starting now.
So then first place for Renault, 313 points. Alfa Romeo in second, 305 points, so that gap has closed a lot. Alfa were at the bottom of the table at the start of the season, and they've already caught up to Renault, with Haas in third with 184 points. Red Bull Racing in 4th with 147 points, Mercedes in 5th with 124. Williams done well to get 6th, 86 points. Racing Point is 7th with 73 points. McLaren's had a tough season, 8th with 66 points. Toro Rosso in 9th with 45 points, and surprisingly Ferrari is in 10th with 42 points. As we're now going down to the qualifying in France. I wonder what the weather's going to be like, as I've just finished the driver's standings. The only thing I have to update is the penalties from last week, if I can find it. But before I discuss the penalties, we'll do our qualifying prediction first. I think Matthew today, I think he's going to win. I think it is one of his favourite tracks amongst Italy. I think Louis is going to be close second, with Cameron Young third, and possibly a surprise Sondre in 4th. That's my top 4 for today. What do you think, Kevin?
Well, Matthew is the obvious choice to go for pole and convert it, so I'm not going to do that, and I'm just going to say that Louis is going to win again. Maybe it's a bit boring just going for Louis every week, but I mean, he's very reliable to say that he'll win, because he's done it constantly since, he's been on a win streak, and he's only missed a race which kind of ended it, but if you look past that, he's won his last 7 races or something like that. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Louis to win again. Matthew second. Obviously, I think there will be a fight between them though. I'll go with a Cameron Young third. No, I'll go with a J third and Cameron Young, of course.
Sure, so that is your prediction then, as I'm just waiting to see who's actually first out. It's actually a racing point, I believe that it actually can, and it is. Ken will be the first one to go on an outlap. But to discuss penalties from last week, Sterling's penalty was removed on lap 19 on the turn 1 exit. As the the penalty wasn't removed, it stands. Sorry, I do apologise, the penalty did stay. The incident between Brandon and Lewis Curtis on lap 4, turn 14, and turn 14, I believe, and 15. Or turn 14, there was a 15-second time penalty given to Lewis Curtis to this race, so Lewis Curtis has got a 15-second time penalty added to his time after where he finishes today. which ain't going to be good for
Yeah,
him. You will be annoyed with that. Sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, it is gonna annoy him quite a bit. I mean, there is like a thing of maybe this happened, maybe that happened, the incident would have happened, but I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna annoy him. I mean, 15 seconds is quite a lot. I mean, when a race can be won by like fractions of a second, I mean, you add 15 seconds onto your race, you're gonna lose quite a few positions. That's not even including like getting penalties, which this track also is. It's quite common to be getting penalties. It's very easy to cut quite a lot of corners. So, yeah, he's not gonna like that being the case.
Well, you're alright with that, as Can is about to start his laps. He yells in sector 3 for people to get ready for their laps. And I do apologise, my mic is a bit lower than it usually is. It's because I'm having mic issues and my PS4 is basically a jet engine. But a great entry from Can into turn 1 and 2. He's now approaching turn 3 and 4. These 4 corners you've got to get right. Basically aim straight as possible. Get a nice exit into the little hairpin corner. You can easily invalidate that. As now we're approaching our turn 6, entering a DRS detection point. Into turn 7 he goes now. You've got to get a nice exit. DRS point is on now, as he's going to be approaching about 208 miles an hour down this main straight. Going up to a little chicane, which is possibly one of my favourite parts of the track. Turn 8 and 9. We've got to quickly hit the brakes, slow down, get a nice entry, and then quickly get on the power to possibly do another overtaking move on this. I'm surprised there's no DRS point on this section. As now we're going into turn 10 now. It's a nice tidy lap from Can, no errors on the hard compound of tyre. As there's a lot of people on the hards and mediums, I've noticed, and a lot of people on soft tyres, so it doesn't look like there's going to be rain in the race. As the strategies, I think is a one stop hard to soft or medium to soft now and then. As a nice run there through turn 12, 13. Coming to turn 14 now is Can. Got to get this last corner right, because you can lose a lot of time here if you get the exit completely wrong. Can gets a nice tidy exit. Coming into the line, see what time he does. He does a 132.3 on a set of hard tyres. That's provisional pole, but Leclerc, who is actually, if I've got, I should have the names up on me right now. Leclerc is. Oh, Kevin, can you do the tweet there quick? Sondre just told me to remind you.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin is. Who is?
Huh?
I'm trying to find the clerk's name here. It's actually
he's
Lucas Serra. He's meant to actually be in the Toro Rosso, but he's in the Haas. I do apologise if I got that wrong, Lucas. As Sterling just sets the provisional pole position, 130.1. So we've got the first person to break into the low 30s, possibly a person could break into the low 29s, high 29s. We'll have to wait and see, as right now I believe Louis is actually on a lap. He has got some traffic ahead. That is a Mercedes, and actually he's not on a lap. So we'll go on board with Ollie then, who also isn't on a lap, as I think a lot of people actually invalidated. What about Nino? Nope, Nino's not on the lap. What about Rafa? Rafa is on a lap. There we go. We've finally got somebody on a lap, as Rafa is now approaching. Well, he's actually in the final sector now. See what he can do in the Red Bull, since he is teamed up with Jay. Red Bull haven't had the best season. They looked strong at the start with Jay, and then Oldham's came, and then Oldham's unfortunately had to leave the team, and Rafa stepped up, and he's been doing quite well. He's had a few disappointing races with some mistakes, but he takes provisional pole in the 29s, 129.688. It's a good lap there from Rafa. What about Jay? What will his teammate do? His teammate did a lap, but it was invalidated. So right now Red Bull, one on the top step and one's second. Well, actually now one's actually on the bottom step, but Matthew only beats that by a few tenths there. Does a 129.4 in the Renault. He's trying to do the home team crowd at the Renault as he cuts the chicane there. I think just trying to get around the track as quick as possible. As we'll go on board with Louis now, who should actually be on a lap. As yes, he is on a lap. As he's still in Sector 2, he's done a 51.6 there in Sector 2, as he's now approaching into Sector 3 on those soft compound tyres. As yellows in Sector 1, as someone spun it. To wait and see, as right now Louis is just trying to get into the groove on those soft compound of tyres, the grippiest compound of tyres, and the fastest. As he's now approaching the final corner. As here comes Louis now, coming to the line. What time will it be? Will it be Paul? It's second place by only a few hundredths. It's a 129.453. So good lap there from Louis. Promotes him into second place. Beats Rafa, but stays behind his championship rival, Matthew Alder, who's in first place. As nobody else except Jay has set a time who's on a lap right now. As Jay does set another lap, but it's invalid again. So I think unless he made it invalid and this is his lap now, as we'll stay on board with Jay. As I'm just going to fix my mic actually issues because apparently it is too quiet. Just give me a minute. I apologise if you guys see the blue screen. I'm just going to fix that now. Do apologise for this. Just microphone level. And then we got we're back to normal. I think it should be fixed. As right now, sector 1 Jay's on the 21.3, I believe that said now, as he's coming into the chicane of turn 8 and 9. As he has actually invalidated it, as I must have missed that, and he's gone straight on. So we'll go on board with the Bottle-Haug, who's about to start a lap, getting ready in the Renault, trying to do his home fans crowd, see what he can do today. As I did say in the qualifying prediction, I think he could get 4th today. He could surprise us. We'll have to wait and see what Sondre can do. As now he's approaching turn 1 and 2. We're going to go into a TV pod view. Flips the curb there into turn 1, runs a bit wide, and that's invalid. Is it invalid? I don't know. I don't think he's actually pushing because he's in ERS mode 3. Now maybe this is a bank on the soft run and he's just trying to get used to the car. As he short shifts there to third, runs a bit wide onto the curb, which he can get away with. Nice and tidy now through DRS detection point, coming up to the DRS zone. There we go. Now he's exiting ERS mode 5, which is slow in the straights. ERS mode 4 is quicker. But right now he is in ERS mode 5, coming up to the little chicane. Got to get this right. And nice and tidy there from the Bottle-Haug. As now he's coming up to the next biggest straight, which is also a fast right, as we can see a rogue McLaren skipping the chicane there. I believe that could have been Ollie. As both
okay, I'm right back. I've got that tweet done. So.
Well, thank you, Kevin. As Kevin has come back. Got to say though, Kevin, Sondre is making a few errors on his qualifying lap. Like, I don't know if he's actually trying to push on his lap or he's invalidated it, but he's made a few errors. Do you think that the pressure may be getting to him because he is going into pits now at his home track for the Renault team?
Well, I mean, maybe he's not actually trying to make it a good lap, and I mean, maybe he's just trying to get like a time in that he can kind of have a base off. I mean, obviously he didn't finish the lap, so he won't actually. You don't have anything to like a delta. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe he was looking for a delta, but he didn't finish the lap unless that was his in lap.
Well, it didn't look like his in lap at the start. It was actually pushing, but you could be right. As Lee Kelly is about to finish his lap now, as he's coming into the hairpin corner. As Jay, I think, is about to start. No, that's actually Rafa who's just about to start a lap. So if you want to get ready to come to Rafa's lap, Kevin, as Lee's just done a 129.688. He's done an identical time to Rafa. Wow, I'm very surprised to see that. And he's took third. Wow. Very good lap there from Lee, as the youngster hasn't had the best season.
1,000th between them two.
As we're now on board with Rafa, if you want to come to over his lap, Kevin.
Yeah, coming through the first sector, I think, to more or less finish it. And now down the long straight that comes into the chicane that you really got to get right, because you can gain quite a lot of time. Goes and uses as much as the curb as possible without cutting it. And now down this second straight into a flat out right-hander. And now through this really tricky section, especially if you have no ABS, very tricky to get to braking right. And this corner as well, it's not the easiest to brake for, as you kind of have to brake while turning. But it's looked like a pretty good lap so far, and now he's going to come through the second to last corner, and now through the final corner, where you really got to maximise your exit speed as to not lose too much time, and he's going to come up to the line to set a 29.3, just beating Matthew's time to get provisional pole.
So there we have it. Rafa's telling the championship points leader he needs to step up, and I think Matthew will be doing that very soon as we go on board with Matthew, who is actually 2/10 up on his time, apparently on his PB. So has Matthew already found the answer? No, he's actually invalidated, it looks like, and he's going into the pits. So Matthew's probably thinking a different strategy right now.
Well, he's already set a lap on softs, so
Which is true.
He's not. You can't really make a different strategy. You will have to start on those softs.
Well, you never know. Matthew is an alien on this game. Could go on mediums, beat that time. It is Matthew, of course, as Louis also peels into the pits, and people are going to have to watch out with the pit lane today. You can go over the dotted line, but if you go over the white line, it will be either a penalty or worse, as hasn't been confirmed what will happen. I believe it will be a penalty added to your time, and if you attack, it will be added to your next race. So, also a new rule which has been implemented in as well. Finally, if you leave the session in the race, you can rejoin to retire the car. You can't rejoin to race, because if you do race, you will just be disqualified from the race, which has been implemented. So if you lag out in the race, you can lag out in qualifying, that's fine, because you can't really do it in quali, it doesn't happen. But in the race, it's just to stop people corner cutting every corner to get the fastest lap, because when that happens, it does that. As Lohman's is currently in 11th place with 131.4, I believe, on a set of soft tyres as well. He's got 11th. He's ahead of his teammate, who's on a mediums, who's on a 132.3. As Dino Romanella's done a... Oh, hang on, someone is off. That is Can. Can is off. So Can's made a huge error. No damage, as I can see on the car, but he's made an error there, and I think actually he made that error deliberately to let his teammate through, but Can's actually about to start a lap, so we'll go on board with Can. Into the hairpin corner, gets a nice tidy exit. He's going to go full throttle now, as people are now leaving the garages with only 4 minutes of qualifying left of the session. Well, I don't know, mate, if I can win that tier. You never know. There's a few drivers in there who could beat me. I'm not having the best luck in that tier. If I do win it, it's because of Jack leaving, of course, but I never know. Have to wait and see till later. As right now, though, we're on board with Can, who's coming into the DRS detection point. Someone's a bit wide there, a bit too much wide actually, which could affect his lap. He's now going into DRS, activate DRS, so he hasn't got a DRS failure, as some people may have in this session, which can happen. As Can's now approaching the little chicane. Nice and tidy there for Can, as he's now approaching, rides the curb there. Coming up to the big straight now, approaching turn 10 now, which is an okay corner. I think the best corner on this track is turn 11 and turn 8 and 9. It's the best place to overtake if you can time it right. As he's now approaching turn 12 now into a little hairpin, which is, Kevin did say it's a bit of a struggle in the turning, because you've got to brake as you turn. Coming up now, turn 13 into turn 14 now, this fast little section where you go left and right, coming up to a slow corner into turn 15 now, as he's coming up to a hairpin with a nice camera angle view of Can's car. What time will it be? Will he beat his lap, what he set? And he does, by 8/10, a 31.4, promotes him to 13th place on a set of medium tyres, so beats his teammate there, who's currently in 14th right now. As I believe Ollie is actually on a lap, as we'll go on board with Ollie right now, as actually who's not on a lap. So Ollie isn't on a lap.
I've just noticed, wait, is it like that? Oh, never mind. I thought Matthew was going to get held up because his teammate was getting his car back in, and if Matthew wasn't already out at that point, then he probably wouldn't have got a lap in. Obviously, he has got out, so he's all good.
As there's 2 minutes left of the
session.
session.
He has left it late, though.
He has left late. We know Matthew does like to leave qualifying very late as possible, where the track is the fastest as possible. But right now, Lewis Curtis, who's got a 15-second time penalty on his race time today, who is currently in 12th place in qualifying right now, as he is on a lap, apparently up 8/10 on his delta. So 8/10 should promote him near the top, actually. I think it should promote him either 7th or 8th, something like that, in that delta. Let's see what Lewis can do. Going to the final corner he goes. This will probably be Lewis Curtis's last one as he's run out of ERS, and he promotes him to 5th place, so he was actually even more of an improvement. 129.686 as Ollie's called it a day in the qualifying session, being beaten by his teammate Lee Kelly. So has Can. Can's also called it quits. However, though, we're going to have to go on board with Jay, who's currently on a lap right now. As I said, Jay hasn't had the best season with Red Bull. He's had a few mistakes. He was in this championship fight at the start of the season, and now I think he's out of it.
Yeah, Louis finishing up his lap. He's going to be going for pole.
As I could go on board with Louis then, and we'll go on board with Jay very soon. As Louis is up on 2/10 up on his time and takes pole off Rafa, 129.1.
Yeah, it's going to take quite a bit from Rafa and Matthew to come back and beat that.
But let's not count out Jay. Jay could do a low 29 on those mediums. You never know. Anything can happen. This is where the track is the fastest on track, as we saw. Lucas did in 10th in the Haas, did a 130.8, so his points will be going to Torra, so if anyone is confused that he's in the wrong car today. As we've got a decent turnout as well, so that's good to see as Jay is about to finish his qualifying lap. Then we will go on board with, I believe, Rafa, who's next out of the top runners to do a lap as he yells in sector 2. That is Nino yet again crashing out in quali. He isn't having the best quali, but Jay looks like he's got a valid lap this time. He's coming around the final corner. What time is it going to be? Let's see what he can do. 130 flat. The gut promotes him to 9th place there. Just misses out being
Rafa's coming through the final 2 corners now as well.
Let's see what his teammate can do. Will Rafa, as he locks up there in 30.
And Matthew's not too far behind him either, so they'll finish.
Will Rafa take pole? Yes, Rafa takes provisional pole, 129.1. What about Matthew? Has Matthew got anything in the Renault to help the French racing team? Let's see what Matthew can do. Yes, Matthew does, 128.983 by a few tenths, so a very close grid there. So Matthew does take pole, but what about Lee Kelly? Has the youngster got what it takes to steal pole off Matthew Alder, or will he just get a podium? We'll have to wait and see. As here comes Lee Kelly now, coming to the line. This is going to be close. So 129.4, stays in 6th place there. As I believe Sterling is actually next up, who isn't on a lap. As Simply Rush has called it quits. What about Diego?
Lewis Curtis only beat Lee by 1,000th of a second in the end.
And Diego does improve, but it's an invalidation. It would have, I think, promoted him into 9th place there. It's unfortunate there for Diego, as he's got a lot of work to do now in the race, as his teammate is in 3rd place. Gotta say though, my qualifying prediction with Matthew taking pole was right. By only 2/10 off his championship rival, but only a 10th ahead of Rafa.
Yeah, looking at this, it could Rafa could cause some problems between the top two, because Louis needs to get on with it and basically get ahead of Matthew early on and start pulling away. But it looks like Rafa has the pace to be right with them as well, so he could throw a spanner in the works between the two rivals.
Yeah, you are right there, and don't count out Cameron there. He was only a few tenths off them, 3 tenths, around about 4 tenths, and Cameron's been really having some problems with the Haas at the start of the season. Had a good result in China. I think he had an alright result in Spa. So the Haas is now starting to come alive for him, but I think it's a bit too late for the championship's sake, because if he was this good in quali at the start of the season, he possibly could be a threat for Matthew. As it looks sunny, no clouds are in sight for the race. So Kevin, I'm going to ask you first. What is your race prediction then for the top 4?
I am still going to stick with Louis winning. I'll put a Matthew in 2nd, a Cameron in 3rd, and then Rafa 4th.
Okay, then I'm going to go with Matthew still 1st, Louis in 2nd, very close, Rafa 3rd, and I'm going to actually give Cameron 4th. I think he's going to manage to hold that position. I know it's a boring top 4, but I think that's what the top 4 is going to be, as there was a bit of a gap for 5th place. As Lewis just asked me why he has a penalty. Just, I missed him. 5th. 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 5th There we go. There's a way if everyone to pick themselves. I don't know if the session is glitched. Has everyone picked their setup?
Looks like a glitched lobby. I doubt no one's done their setup and their strategy
Yeah,
like,
it is
by
a
now.
glitched lobby because people are already going out on their laps, as I can see.
Well,
there is actually.
people are starting to tick now.
What, is there formula? Yeah, there's a bug. It's now telling me people are readying up when they haven't. So I think it will be a restart then. It looks like. It may be a restart then. I'm just going to have Sondre dead quick. Because right now the comms can't see anything. Yeah, it looks like a restart. Lovely. Great game, Codemasters. Again, you know, letting us down with bugs as usual. Do apologise, guys, for this, as we're backing out now, as there will be a restart. But there, Lewis, the reason you had a penalty, mate, if you are in stream, the incident between you and Brandon Spa, you got a 15-second time penalty, so which is applied for this race. Well then, looks like clear weather. I don't think the weather will be changing unless there was actually rain near the end. Do let us know, guys, who are not racing, in the comments who you think is going to be your top 4 prediction in the race, and always hit that like button on the channel. Helps the IRL channel out as much as possible. Also hit the subscribe button if you guys are new. Gotta say though, Kevin, that qualifying prediction was close for the top 4.
Yeah, I mean, neither of us, I don't think, put Raf up there. I mean, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't put Rafa up there. I thought, I didn't even notice he was in the lobby until he actually set a time, so I was quite surprised.
Yeah, you know, I did actually think about putting Rafa there instead of Jay, but I decided against it, and I kind of wish I didn't now. I would have got the top 4 right, just in a different order.
Well, you are right there. As Jay did set a 30 flat on a mediums, could have got in the 29s, which would be nice to see, as I'm waiting for an invite from Sondre, as he's host. I think that's the first bug he's had as host, as he is, I think, only temporary host for today. See if there's any other bugs with connection issues with Simply Rush, who I believe is, let's have a look. Where is he at? Is Alder, and I do apologize if I got that wrong. Alejandro, I believe. I'm going to call you Ali, because I cannot say that name. I do apologise if I've got that wrong. I've got Paco can tell me what the actual name is when I talk to him later.
Have you got an invite yet?
Let's have a look. No invite. Not yet. What have you? Oh, no, I've got it right now. I'll send you now. While we wait then, for the lobby to get set up, I'm just going to open Discord dead quick and check the calendar for the F1 tier. I'm inviting you now, Kevin, by the way. There you go. Got to say though, Kevin, with the calendar almost coming to a close, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds left after this round: Azerbaijan, Russia, Hungary, Germany, Brazil. Do you think Louis still got what it takes to beat Matthew in the championship, or do you think it's going to be close between these two?
Well, I mean, 36 points looks a lot, but like, say he wins like another 4 races, then the gap's only around 10 points. So, and I mean, looking at what he's been doing, it's pretty likely that he will continue to win quite a few more races. So by the end of the season, it will be quite close. Obviously, it can go either way, but I mean, as I said, I think last week, Louis won every race apart from Singapore, which he couldn't attend all the way back to Bahrain. He's won every single race, so yeah, I kind of have him as a favourite to win the championship, even though it's a 36-point gap. I mean, it's always possible to bring that down, and if he keeps winning, then I feel like he's going to end up doing it, so yeah.
You're alright there, as I'm just sending Sondre the the grid order. But yeah, you're alright, there's still a lot of rounds left, and anything could happen, of course. As say Louis doesn't win it this season, he's got next season, of course, with F1 2020, whenever that game comes out. Could see those two battling it out from the start to finish as Matthew Alder versus Louis. It would be a good fight to see. You know, we could have some newcomers for next year challenging for the top step. We could have Cameron, we could have Jay, we could have even Rafa, possibly even Diego, challenging for the top step for next season, so we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously new game as well, people's pace will change, some people will go up, some people will go down, so I mean, could see a closer grid. That would be something.
Could see that, as the weather looks like it was going to be clear all race, so that's good to see. There's also, guys, if you guys didn't see that message what Jay just put in the chat, make sure that you guys in the top 10 start on the tyre you guys qualified on, or you will be penalised. Oh, sorry, you'll be disqualified. Do apologize that you'll be disqualified there, so it's technically a penalty anyway. You'll get out of the race, but still, but it's just top 10. Remember, tyres what you started on, qualified on. So I believe that's, if I got this right, I could be wrong with this, but hopefully I'm not. So then the top 10. So Matthew has to start on soft tyres, Rafa softs, Louis softs, Cameron softs, Curtis softs, Lee Kelly softs, Brandon softs, Ollie softs, Sondre in softs, and Jay in mediums. So Jay's the only one who's on a medium competitive tyre in the top 10, but everybody else who's in the top 10 who qualified there start on soft tyres, or you will be disqualified.
That's actually nice. With the restart, everyone who started on softs in the top 10 will get fresh tyres, so
that is true.
That'll make it a lot easier for them.
An extra lap to go out on track, because it is a one stop around here. It is a bit silly if you do the two stop, unless it rains, of course, which we did see last season in IRL F2, where it was dries, and then it went inters, and then it went dries again. So it was a quite odd race, and I took the advantage on the slicks. It was a risk, of course, because I could have lost the win to, I believe, Chasmeister, or even Paco Suarez. So it's a bit inside information, but it don't look like, oh, as the weather now, it's actually light cloud, so it looks like it's just going to be cloudy all race. I think we should be on the way very shortly, as there is 16 drivers, as I believe we actually had 17, so someone is missing. Do you know who that is?
I couldn't tell you.
Ah, Lawmans. Sorry, the map. Sondre's already answered my question. It's actually Lawmans who we're waiting on. That's Cameron is calling somebody an egg. I don't know if he's talking to me, because if he is, that's no need, you know. So now he's only missing as the tomato, as he is, in the Haas. He is clarifying that it is me. We're waiting. Hopefully this delay isn't too long, because I have another race. I have a race at 8 o'clock, so. As I believe he's in now. No, he's still not in. Restart and PS don't got the invite. Right, that's Lomans. I'll invite him now. Lomans. If I've spelled that wrong, I bet I have, haven't I? Yes, typical. Which Lomans is it? Is it Lomans underscore? There we go. Your invite has been sent, Lomans, if you're in the stream. As we should be going, hopefully we can join. There he is. He actually has made it in, so it's good to see that he's in. So we can hopefully get in his car as quick as possible, and we should be getting to get going for the race. As my race prediction still stands, even with the driver getting their fresh set of tyres. So
same for me.
Gotta say though, this is actually a big advantage for Jay, since he's starting on 10th. He'd probably take those mediums a lot longer and have a fresh set of softs.
Well, I'd say it's the end. Yeah, but I think he'd be more quicker if everyone in front of him had worn softs, because, like, I mean, softs don't exactly have that much life, and then if you take more life out of them from quali, then they'll go a lot less. So I feel like he'd get to stay out more laps compared to people on softs if their softs were gone off. But
yeah, you are right, as hopefully there is no bug this time, as can't afford a bug, of course.
Yeah, I'll be back in a second. I've said to my mum about dinner.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because it's delay.
Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully Kevin can get back in time for the restart start, of course. Just don't want him to miss it. Could we see a Vettel and Bottas moment at the start of turn 1 at the start of the race? Don't know, we'll have to wait and see, as we are waiting for the formation lap to begin. So hopefully not another bug, because if it is, it might actually be host related, which would be annoying. So hopefully does someone pick this up, please don't bug. Can't see any cars. Picking setups. Please not again. Please not again. Nope, I don't think it is again. That's good to see. Finally people pick setups. Well, 3 people pick setups and they haven't started driving down, so I don't think there is a bug. As we wait for everyone to pick their tyre strategy.
Okay, I'm back.
It's good to have you back, as we've got no bug this time, thank God. As Louis been very impatient and wants to get on board on that formation lap. As Matthew's just trying to tell the pack that they can't really pass him. As we'll go on the tyres then to make sure everyone is on the right compound tyre, and yes, the top 10 is, so no one will be getting disqualified. As I will go down the top field then. So Matthew Alder does take pole position, as we did see in quali. Rafa is in second. Third is Louis. He's looking to keep his winning streak on form, with Cameron Young in fourth, possibly very hungry to get another podium, possibly like China. Missed out on a win with strategy, but you never know, anything can happen. We have Lewis Curtis in 5th place with 15-second time penalty added to his time, which will be going through his head, but you never know, you could pull a 15-second gap by safety car or pit stop. As Lee Kelly now is in 6th, Brandon Glover in 7th, so Brandon's actually split the McLarens, with Ollie in 8th. Sondre is in 9th, so not the best quality for the Bottle Haug, as he's number 9 and he's in 9th place, but he has to watch out with Jay, very quick Jay in 10th. There was only a few tenths off this time on a different compound of tyre.
Did Jay not qualify 8th?
No, Jay qualified 10th on mediums.
Okay.
Sterling got 11th on the set of mediums, which he'll be looking forward for today's race, with Lomans in 12th, beat his teammate on a different compound of tyre, it looks like, with Leclerc as Lucas in 13th.
Yeah.
Ali Durando, if I've got that wrong again, I do apologise, in 14th is Simply Rush. Diego in 15th. Poor qualifying from Diego. It's not likely to see him at the back. He's usually at the top. With Cannon 16th and Nino Romanello lining up at the back of the grid in 17th on a set of medium tyres. So we'll go back on board with Matthew, getting ready for everyone to line up.
Wait, what name were you having trouble with?
Simply Rush, Alder or whatever. It's Spanish, so I can't.
He's
a reserve, I believe. He's either reserve or
Could you
driver.
send me? Could you send me his name, because I could probably pronounce it.
It's on Discord.
Oh, okay.
That's not you. But before you have a look for his name, mate, I need you to get ready to look at the back of the grid.
That's Alejandro.
Alejandro, alright, I do apologise if I had that wrong at the first. Alejandro, I'll try and remember that. So Kevin, can you look at the back of the grid and I'll look at the front. So we've got a nice camera angle here, so I'm going to keep it as what it is. As here we go now, the revs are starting to go, green flags are getting waved, now yellows, but the light sequence is starting. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, now 5 lights. And off we go with the French Grand Prix, round 16 IRL, season 6. Matthew's had a good start, Rafa's had a decent start, but Louis had a poor start, and Cameron's already jumped him on the outside to take 3rd place as we go further behind the grid. Oh, and I've lagged out. Great, just great. As Kevin, can you
I mean, I may as well.
Can you just commentate while I try and rejoin?
With no picture, this is going to be great. Yeah.
Oh no. Kevin, if I close my app, will stream stop?